What's up, guys? Back with another Honkai Star Rail video. In this video, we are going to go over a pure fiction tier list. Now, before we get into it, these opinions are my own. Not everything is going to be exactly 100% correct. If you don't agree, more power to you. I actually, I'm not a big fan of people who just be like, "Yep, I agree 100% with that." Like, come up with your own ideas. If you don't like it, let me know in the comments. You could change my opinion, or I could be like, "Hey, I disagree because of this. World's a better place, We're here to learn from each other's mistakes and successes, right? But really quickly, I do want to point out NA, Dr. Ratio. He's not out yet, but I assume he's going to be, you know, pretty decent in this mode because follow-up attacks go crazy. Only issue is he's all single target based, so you're really just doing skill, follow-up attack on a random enemy. I imagine he'll be okay though because he does do a lot of damage, but he's not out yet, so we can't really, do that. And I have Hanya because I don't have Hanya built, so I haven't used her. I've only seen like one or two people use Hanya. Her ult's still good for like a support, but unless I'm somehow reading it wrong, I don't think her burden is going to be too helpful here with how fast enemies are dying. The bosses, sure, right? But I don't feel comfortable placing her, so I'm just going to put her in NA for now. If you use Hanya, let me know how well she did for you in the comments. And of course, let's jump up into the tier list. So I'm going to go ahead and just show the whole thing now. Rip watch time. I know a lot of you already clicked on the video. If you haven't, hit the subscribe button and all that YouTube stuff. But let's go over no. So no category is characters who are either single target based or just don't do enough. Hook and Arlen do have blast, but honestly, there's just so much better DPSs. You don't want to do a single target attack in this game mode, especially if your ultimate is single target based, because when you apply shadow on an enemy, when you ult them, it does so much damage. Like, it's actually insane how fast the enemies can just rip each other apart just because shatter activates on a bunch of them. So characters with AoE ults are going to be very good, or blast ults, and these characters don't have it. Also, Jeopard is not going to be really doing anything, unfortunately, so he's in the no category. And depends is going to depend on a few things. How squishy is your team, right? And also, I know it's the female MC for destruction. It's just how this tier list was. That is going to be the fire MC. Pretty much these are all sustain units that don't offer too much supporting. I know Loach is going to be that people are going to go insane, but it depends on how squishy your team is. Do you need a healer? If you're not running Fushuan or Ho-Ho, you have to run one of them, and it really sucks to take a team song on them because at least Ho-Ho's providing attack and energy, and Fushuan is just doing like a million other things, right? But these characters, it depends on how squishy your team is. Now, let's go over issues. Now, these are characters that I have issues with. I have not run them. I don't have Zele, but I'm not a huge fan of them. And that is because, one, Yukong's ult and her single target are single target, right? Then we have the fact that her E has to trigger a bunch of skill points. Skill points are pretty crucial in this. I'm not gonna lie. I've literally lost, I wouldn't say lost runs, but I've lost so much points just because I ran out of a skill point, and then I'm screwed out of my DPS using their skill. Don Hang uses a lot. I'm not saying you can't find success with Don Hang, but he's going to be ripping through a lot of your skill points, and you're not really going to be having a chance to get them back too quickly. Same with Zele. She can rip through the opposition with her resurgence, ult, all that stuff, but you're going to run out of skill points eventually, and then, yeah, good luck getting the ult. Now we have her first actual tier, which is C tier. These characters are decent and can provide some good stuff, but they're kind of bottom of the barrel. I feel bad putting Welt here because I feel like he should be a little bit higher, but the bounce being random can screw you over, unfortunately. Silverwolf is insanely good. However, all her stuff is single target. March is nice. AoE ult, the having to get hit thing is unfortunate because you might not find success in that always, and she doesn't have a big counterattack like Clara or Blade, but she's still pretty decent. Next two, pretty much blast, AoEs kind of stuff, right? And then Su Shang, right? Su Shang has the benefit of not using a skill point when the enemy is broken, right? And then she also has her ultimate, making her act immediately, which is nice. But overall, you're probably not going to use her because single targets again. And then we have B tier. These characters are just shy of A tier. The only reason I have them here is because Ho-Ho's only thing is, healing, and then her ultimate. Otherwise, she's not really doing too much. Then, let me move them over real quick. Yep, these two are just DPSs. Ray has a follow-up attack, which is nice, but her ultimate being a single target is going to suck. Serval is still really good. She could probably be an A, right? But she's not really doing a whole lot of anything besides just hitting skill and then ulting. And then QQ, if you have bad RNG, it's gonna suck, right? She could easily be A tier, but with bad RNG, she's a B. She could be in B or A, but due to RNG being a factor, I'm just gonna put her in B. She can cook though, don't worry. And then an A tier is pretty much everybody else. Ting Yun gives energy, gives attack, right? All good. Her ult, unfortunately, is not going to be triggering Shatter, but is what it is. Blade and Clara depends on how much you get hit, but Clara has the ultimate, and so if anyone gets hit, she'll counter. Very good. And then, of course, she has the AoE skill, and then Blade also has AoE, not AoE, sorry, the Blast. So they can also hit multiple targets for his ultimate and his skill. So it worked out in the end, right? Asta, very good to help boost speed, right? Hit the speed requirements, give attack. She does have a bounce, but since there's a lot of enemies weak to fire because they kind of want to use Himeko, she gets a slight pass in A. We're in May. I should not really need to explain myself there. Very broken support. She just exists and helps you, and break effect is pretty nice because when you hit break effect you do more damage, and it could help you. I've actually killed enemies with her basic attack just because it activated break effect and then hit them, and then they died, and then chain reaction sets off. So very, very nice to get some extra damage in. Pela is such a good unit for this. I'm telling you right now, her ultimate, one, doing damage, two, being AoE, and the fact that you can get her skill to pretty much give you back your ult like instantly if you have the right setup is so nice. She actually has like wiped the whole field just because Shatter just activates over and over and over, and she gets her ult so quick. Very, very strong unit. Kafka, I feel like I can just group them in a second. So let's go over Fushan. Fushan, very strong survivability. Boom, you don't have to worry about dying. She has crit rate when you use her skill. Her ultimate does damage, so it can trigger Shatter and heals you. Like, what else could you ask for, right? She is the best sustain unit for this because she fulfills the roles of keeping the team alive, giving a buff, and having an ult that activates Shatter. Now, we have Kafka and Jinglu. There's pretty much just your DPSs, right? They have ults that hit multiple characters. They have skills that hit multiple characters. There's not much else to it. Jinglu does it a bit better than Kafka because you can get the transformation off. She'll do more damage, and she can give herself an extra action, which can be clutch. But when you detransform, that can also hurt you a little bit. But overall, very strong character. Topaz is single target, but the fact that Numby is its own entity and can trigger follow-up attacks a bunch, she gets to be an A. Follow-up attacks are the name of the game for this. Having attacks that are outside of like your chain of command kind of thing is very, very good in this, and especially with Numby because you can advance his action and then he'll attack based on follow-up attacks. So very strong character. Jingyun should be an S in theory, but I've actually had a few runs where Lightning Lord decides he wants to be the attack after the turn ends, and then the turn hits 0, and then I'll actually get the Lightning Lord attack, which is kind of annoying. If it wasn't for that, he would definitely be an S. Very strong character, definitely has carried most of my runs. Very, very cool character. Lightning Lord, however, it is what it is. It is what it is. Lightning Lord. He just chooses where to go, and then he is stubborn and doesn't want to actually attack. I hate you. Now we have S, which S are the three. I almost said queens because I saw Bronya. Argenti can be a queen if he wants, bro. Bronya, very strong. I shouldn't really have to go over too much of that. It's just Bronya stuff, right? Advancing action is extremely, insanely strong because if you're in the predicament of, oh, I need to do a little bit more damage before the phase ends, but my character, attacked and now they're like, they can't do anything. Bronya's got you, bro. Boom. It's their turn again. Attack, easy clap, get the score. Insane support, cleanses debuffs if you get debuffed. God forbid, I'd be shocked if you did, but if you got debuffed, she got you, right? Crit damage, all that good stuff. Very good support. Himeko, Herda, and Argenti. I'll go over them individually. My Himeko sucks. Her crit rate is like barely 50%. She cooked. Absolutely cooked. She just exists and her follow-up attacks happen because as long as you're bringing a team that can inflict weakness break, they will just keep proccing over and over. Her ultimate is AoE, does damage, so it activates Shatter. It's like she's just shy of being the perfect unit, right? Then we have Herda. Herda has the follow-up attack when they get below 50%, and guess what? That happens like every 2 seconds. So Herda just literally just spins infinitely and then kills everything, right? My Herda is not built whatsoever, so I actually haven't used her, but I've seen so many clips of Herda just absolutely just infinitely spinning and killing everything. So Herda's really good. Who would have thought? A AoE unit with a AoE ult and a follow-up attack being good in this game mode. Big shocker. That's pretty much what the game mode was made for. But you know what the game mode was really made for? Herda and Himeko have just about the two perfect kits for this. However, Argenti is a demon from hell. I want to know who likes Argenti enough to make this game mode about him, right? Shatter activates when you ult. Argenti can ult with low energy if he really wants to, right? He also gets energy when he attacks multiple enemies. He also has AoE attacks. It's like, bro, they literally made this unit for him. Like, it's insane. Argenti is him in this game mode. I wish I had him. It'd be so much fun and also be super easy. Also, a lot of the enemies are weak to physical attacks. Shocker. I'm very curious how Argenti will rank on the next Purification when we get like a change. If it changes from Shadow, if we get different passives, I assume he would at least be A. But the fact that it's pretty much fine-tuned to be Argenti's like playground, he's an S. He's insanely good. Let me know in the comments what you think of the tier list and how the characters have performed for you. Like I said, this is my opinion from either playing myself or seeing other people use the characters. Also, I'm telling you right now, Don Hang can cook. That's the issue. Is I know people are going to jump me for the Don Hang placement. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think in the comments. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe for more Star content. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching.